Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria from Mindful Twin Flame and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel, whether you're new, you're coming back. Thank you for being here today. And yeah, let's get started with the reading. We'll see where it takes you. Today I'm gonna do a little bit of a randomized reading, so we will check what kind of question is currently important for each of the twins and we will get the answer to that question. And we'll check the energy of the connection, of course, and we will get messages between the twins at the end of the reading. Okay, I'm going to start with an oracle card for each twin, as always, and today is going to be the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. For Divine Feminine, we have number 42, Gentle Moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you're trying to accomplish. And we had that in the previous couple of readings too, right? Like this is the point where it's actually a good idea to analyze and restate your goals, your targets, your milestones, your next steps, right? See if the ones that you've set up for yourself some time ago are still relevant, right? But in any case, whether it's brand new and established, just re-established, or it's something that needs revisiting, it's important not to push yourself too much at this time, not to rush. Let things develop naturally. Okay. Let's see what we have for the masculine. Blend into the environment, number 36. We have 42 for feminine, by the way, which is 6, and 36, which is 9. But it's 6 and 9, you know, it's like this leap in threes. It's very interesting. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what is going on around you and adapt accordingly, right? So this is about the multidimensional being that Divine Masculine is, all the different gifts and skills that they have. The situation is asking to observe more of what's going on in the environment. Where are you finding yourself? What are you called to do? And adapt accordingly. So, you know, like sometimes we get too much into our own ways and we just carry on with time. Those ways, that daily routine, whatever, those mindsets become automatic, right? We don't really think about it much, right? It becomes that program that just is running in the back of our head. So this is the time to reassess whether those programs is still relevant, right? Like what is needed, and maybe some adjustments are needed that will actually bring out more of your giftings and maybe even make it more enjoyable than with your old routine, right? Okay, so let me get one more deck. I'll use the Light Seers Tarot to get us the questions that we need answered for each twin. Deep breath, everyone. Hope the lunar eclipse that we experienced on May 5th, it was profound and insightful for you. I sincerely hope for that, because that was its main focus, goal, purpose, and effect that it was having on us. Okay, so what kind of question is Divine Feminine contemplating or should get the answer to, right? What kind of topic is important to discuss? We have the Devil, the Magician, and the Hangman. It's an interesting trio. Yeah, there you go. That's the name. That's an interesting trio. Right, but they're all major arcana. So Divine Feminine is contemplating how to tell where to surrender and where to kind of proactively take action, right? Like some things will fall into place naturally, and some require active position, strong position, and some effort and time, right? So how do you tell when the universe sends you something, how to get into the right perspective, right state of mind? Let's get the answer to that, and I'm going to be pulling the answers from the Spellcaster's deck. Here's the answer to that. Okay. We got 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is like a recipe, 2, 3, and 4. And immediately just reminded me about it. Different ingredients, because we have all the different suits here, right? You have the Pentacles, the Cups, and the Wands. The Swords, you see, they're not here. This is kind of prompting that you will not be able to achieve it simply by analytical thinking of the situation. It's usually not needed at all, if anything, right? You will need some of those feelings, and right, be in your heart center, right? Have that deep connection to source, right? Like this is about soul connection between the two, right? And the two don't have to be two people, right? It can be you and the source, you and your higher self, right? It's important to be in that state where you can hear what your higher power is there to tell you. Then you have the Pentacles, more grounded energy, right? Something that helps you create in the material realm. And the 4 of Pentacles, actually, especially in this deck, it's a different card than what we usually see. It's about like setting the baseline, right? It's establishing what is a non-negotiable for you, right? Like what are your values? How do they apply in the current situation? And of course, we have the Wands. We have 3 of Wands here. So it's almost like you start with the balancing out and getting connected to source. Then you get number 3. This is 2, this is 3. You set your intention, right? You light it up with your passion, with your desire to achieve it, right? But it should be specific. And then number 4 is the Pentacles, which is about then connecting it to your values, your lifestyle, right? And your foundation in the physical. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, let's see what kind of question is Divine Masculine contemplating. What do they need to know about? What kind of topic? I got 6 of Cups. Anything else? It's also interesting that in this particular deck, oh wow, yeah, in this particular deck, 6 of Cups is with the masculine only, masculine figure. Usually it has like a boy and a girl, if you remember, but here it's different. It's if anything, it's the masculine and their best pal, the dog. And then the Temperance is also a guy, right? Still with angelic wings, but so it's prompting me to the place that Divine Masculine is finding within this lifetime, right? It's like, what is the divine nature of my being and what is the earthly nature, right? Like, how is my earthly story, my heritage, my childhood impact this cosmic mission that I have, right? And how do you get the benefits of the two I'm hearing? But this is not like I just want to get the benefits of the two. This is like, how do I mold them together like ingredients so that I can get, because, even if DMs are not really awake, they're still understanding that all of these aspects of their lives are important, right? You shouldn't be ignoring any of it, right? It's just about how do you make them work together and not have to separate and build a wall between this and this, between, like, let's say 3D and 5D life. Let's put it that way. It's a little bit more extravagant than that, but just to be in simpler terms, that's it. Okay, so what's the answer? How do you combine into a storyline? 9 of Pentacles. And another 6 of Cups, but in reverse. Yeah, so it's important not to live in the past too much, right? Like, not to be limited by your story, not to You know, like a lot of times in our current day and age, we are like, it's just accepted that your origin, your background tells your story, right? And it kind of predefines your path, who you are, how you think, and what kind of life you're gonna have, right? So this is saying, the answer is that do not get that into that frame, based on into that box, based on your story, on your childhood. If anything, you're there to break the mold, to create new templates, right? Rather than just trying to fit into what the society dictates based on your story, right? And it's about living in the now. Like, look at, this is the Nine of Pentacles, it's a quintessential self-love card, right? Like, yes, I'm wonderful and beautiful, and whatever comes up for me right now is relevant. It's there, it's in my space, because it is the most relevant item at the moment, right? That's what matters. So the universe will be giving you those signs and guides and prompts on what to focus right now, what is needed. So it's just important to listen to yourself and respect what, to kind of respect your needs, wishes, wants, and intuitive nudges. Okay, let's get the energy of the connection at this time. What is the energy of the connection like at this time? Ooh, I like that. We got the Death and Birth card. It's death in this deck, but anyway. And Nine of Swords, anxiety. Yeah. No. Kidding aside, the Death card is the Scorpio energy, and we even see the full moon here. So we just had full moon in Scorpio just hours before I'm recording this reading. It was the peak of it, and we're still feeling the impact. And it wasn't just the full moon, it was the eclipse, the lunar eclipse. So it's a pretty big deal. It is definitely connected with death and rebirth, complete transformation, definitely leaving certain regrets behind. And this is about the connection. So the connection is getting reborn itself, right? With leaving a lot of past hurts and pains behind, like what was said, what was done, you know, leaving it in the past, focusing on what the new day brings, what kind of opportunities, kind of adventures do the twins create for themselves, separately and together, that they can share, that where they can recognize each other as the one, where they can rekindle that feeling of fondness, of love, of care, wanting to be together for that reason, right? Like to give and receive that beautiful love, right? Like I'm almost getting that it's kind of like transitioning from light to day energy, that idea. Okay, so first I'm gonna get messages from DM to DF just to finish off. Please give me time. I've never felt this way before, and you make me want to do bad things, maybe. Yeah, so there is a bit of that confusion / fear energy, and the eclipse could make it worse for a little while. Yeah, but this is just to kind of burst that bubble, right? It's like to bring in the new. That's the point of death, right? It's like something's actually dying, right? And it's this moment of agony of like when the death is imminent, right? And you're like, oh, like what is happening, like the person is in pain, right? It's kind of like that. 15 is the devil energy, and yeah, here it's like they're trying to restrain themselves from like this forbidden thoughts, right? Of physical intimacy, of well, make me want to do bad things. It could actually be something else too, right? Like if a person has some sort of OCD, some sort of unhealthy coping mechanism, it could even be addiction, right? Maybe this whole fear, this whole situation is, and state of mind is pushing them towards that, using that coping mechanism, right? And they're trying to deal with it, trying to fight it almost, I'm hearing. So it's a little painful. What about messages from DFs to DMs? you even care? I'm a very jealous person. I'm absolutely in love with you. And this is actually Six of Cups energy. It's really sweet that they have that synchronicity between the Six of Cups that we saw with the DM and this card, right? This is like a response, soul to soul, right? Like, yeah, I know you, I recognize you. And, you know, my unconditional love is always with you. And here it's like, yeah, so then feminine might be seeing like actual competition on the horizon, or it could be just that they are seeing the DM is not really paying attention to them or not really responding in the way that they're looking for. And there is this kind of frustration, right? Like you could be jealous to someone's job, right? Someone's hobby, like whatever they're spending their resources on and time on, that is not you. So that's what's happening. But this is, again, I'm getting this as part of the whole eclipse rebirth and rejuvenation. So it's gonna heal the old wounds, and by all means, you have, as twins, we have so many different ways and tools to to make this process more smooth and more efficient, I would say, right? To make sure that it's as efficient as possible during these energies. Quick hint, since this was an eclipse in Scorpio, it's useful to do a water ritual, right? So being in the water, cleansing yourself in a body of water, especially if it's like running water, not stale. That all can be really helpful with the healing process and getting into this new vibration, into this new level or new timeline, right? Whatever it feels like for you. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very soon. Bye everyone.